Coming to you live from the Samurai Training Center. Yes, that's the big secret. I actually train samurais for a living. Do you think of the thousands of people that watch this, someone actually believe that? Clearly that's a joke. I don't train samurais. I train ninjas. As the Extreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we're giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey guys, welcome to the Extreme channel. Today we're doing an unconventional video. Yes, we're doing another countdown. Yes, it involves statues, but what's ironic is none of the statues are actually in front of me. However, most of the pieces we're going to talk about, I've done individual reviews. So make sure you've not only liked this video, but you've subscribed to the channel and you've hit that bell notification so you can catch those. But today we're looking at XM Studios Samurai line. And a few years ago, I did a video just kind of talking about this line in general, why XM Studios decided to do it, some of the available pieces. But today, we're actually going to rank them from worst to best. Now, in fairness, we're not going to rank every single piece. We're going to rank most of them. We're going to rank the ones that I own in my collection. Some of the ones I don't own, I have seen in person, so I do feel I could give them a fair evaluation. Now, while we're going to talk about those are going to be left off the list. So really, it boils down to ones that they haven't released yet, but they've shown, ones they've released that I haven't bought, and then we'll count down the top ones in the Extreme collection, which for the most part is most of the line. So let's kick it off with ones they've released, but I didn't buy. Starting with Poison Ivy. Now, I didn't buy this one because I'm not a huge fan of this piece, even though I really want it. It's kind of on my bucket list right now, if I can get it somewhere around retail. That's the thing with these samurai statues. Some of them you can buy under retail, and then some, for some reason, go for 2 to 3 times the original value. And everybody that's owned this has told me it's an amazing piece in real life. That's why you have to get it, Mr. X. So for that reason, I'm hunting it down. If you're selling it around retail, go ahead and message me. Because if you missed the announcement a few weeks ago, I'm kind of retiring from collecting soon. I'm still going to own about half my collection, and I'll still buy a piece from time to time. But I'm definitely keeping these samurai pieces. As you saw in the thumbnail, they're actually in a custom-built display, and I plan to keep them there. Now, another piece is their Harley Quinn. Now, I saw this in person at New York Comic Con, and I just wasn't a fan. XM Studios makes fantastic stuff, so I ain't hating on this statue, but for me, it was an easy pass. Now, another one, I was kind of on the fence on this one. I actually did a blog about it on the Extreme channel. You can check that out. I do daily blogs about pieces. Was their Scarecrow. So this one they recently revealed and it went up for pre-order. I really like one of the portraits, but that's about all I like on this. For some reason, I'm just not feeling the vibe like I do with the rest of the XM pieces. It almost feels like it was a stretch for me. Now, the final one I didn't buy is their third version of Batman. So this is the third in the line. You're going to see the other two in the countdown. This one I think looks amazing. I don't think it's as good as the other two. Even though I think it's amazing, I think if you don't own the other two, this is definitely a good way to go. But for those reasons, I actually passed. So there is one piece that is coming out that I did order, so I'm not going to put them in the countdown yet. Although every YouTuber and their mom has reviewed the prototype, it's this penguin. So this should be coming, I think, later this year. Very excited. I'm not sure how he's going to rank, but I'm confident he will probably be in the top half of the countdown. So with that, that leaves 9 pieces in this line that they've actually already released. I own them all. I've done reviews on each one, but let's count them down from my least favorite to my most favorite, starting with their Bane. Now, I think this piece is underrated. A lot of people aren't digging it. I think one of the big disadvantages of this piece is actually the pose. You have to display it up high, and along with that, the design is kind of weird because the base is a weird shape and it's so large. So for those reasons, I think it takes away a lot from the statue. It has to be displayed in the perfect place, and that's sometimes difficult. Number 8, I actually won in a raffle, so I think I put in $50 and I won this Catwoman statue. I think this one is really underrated. Both this and Bane, I think you can typically get around retail or sometimes cheaper. All of them seem to have some futuristic and some traditional stuff. She encompasses both well. I know a lot of people aren't digging it because the motorcycle is so futuristic and this line has a lot of traditional Japanese heritage. But I can overlook it, especially since I only pay like $50 for it. Number 7 is their Batgirl. For a long time, this was a hard to get piece. I love the portraits on this. I love the dynamic action of Batgirl. I think she looks fantastic paired with their first Batman. That's where she's eventually going to end up in my display. But I think they did a really nice job, and I believe there's 4 portraits on this if I'm not mistaken. A couple different arm switch outs. They seem to do a ton of switch outs on all these samurai pieces. Number 6 will be ranked much higher in other people's, but Robin is number 6 for me. This got a lot of praise as the best piece in the line. I disagree. I still think it's fantastic. I still think XM Studios did a great job on it, but I'm not digging this as much as I am some of the ones in the top 5, including number 5, their Deathstroke. I think this one is incredibly underrated. I've seen this go for retail or below, and I don't know why. While Deathstroke clearly is not as popular of a character as some of the other ones we've been looking at, like Robin and Batgirl and Bane, I think they did a fantastic job on this. I love both the masked and the unmasked portrait. I think the base is really hard to beat. Very good job. That's why this one comes in at number 5. Number 4 is their original Batman, the piece that started it all. This one goes for over retail. This one still is highly sought after. I still love it. It's a great looking piece on every level. The only problem is it has too many switch outs because you want to display so many of the different awesome switch outs that it has. I have a few custom switch outs on mine as well because hell, let's just add more and more switch outs. But the original Batman coming in at number 4. Surprised me that number 3 beat it. I think their Joker is awesome. This is one I really wasn't looking too close at, but I knew I had to buy it because it was Joker and it was part of the Samurai line, so I went ahead and picked it up, and it did not disappoint. I love the base, I love the snake, I love the different switch outs for Joker, I love how evil and maniacal he is, and I think they did an awesome job. Now we're down to the top 2. If you're a follower of the channel, you probably already figured out what they are. Both of these I just think are beautiful works of art. They look amazing, and let me show you why. Number 2 is their Nightwing. I love this. I love all the different switch outs, both the arms and the portraits. I love the colors on this. It really pops. Such an underrated piece, in my opinion, one of the best in the XM Samurai line. And this one, believe it or not, I think you can get around retail, but I would snatch this up, especially if you consider the fact what a badass character Nightwing is. And of course, number 1 is their Shogun on horse. And it's not just because of the size of this piece. It is amazing, but this is so cool on so many levels. When I reviewed this, I remember I said that this may be the best licensed piece ever made. I don't think it's the best anymore, but I definitely think it's in the top 5. This is an amazing piece. It encompasses Batman, encompasses the heritage, kind of this futuristic traditional horse that adds onto everything, plus all the switch outs. No doubt in my mind, this is the centerpiece of the collection and the coolest part of the Samurai line. I don't think that they're going to top that one, but I look forward to see what else they're going to do in the future, because I definitely may consider some new characters, because I'm sure they're going to do some new characters, so I may consider picking up some of those, but I'm being a little bit selective, as you see. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite, and specifically why that's your favorite. Now, the reason I asked you to comment is because of this. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. So that's it for today, guys. Again, please make sure you subscribe if you want to see those incoming pieces, that Penguin specifically or any other ones. Give me a like on the way out, it really helps the channel, and leave that comment. Talk to you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.